It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. The release of a man on parole who shot and killed 3 people, including a Hunter police officer, is being heavily criticised. Berwin Rees was handed 3 life sentences for the brutal slayings and has served almost 40 years. However, he's been granted parole due to good behaviour and his ailing health. The decision has devastated the family of Sergeant Keith Hayden, who was murdered by Rees in 1980 at Mount Sugarloaf. The Police Association has also labelled the decision as disgraceful, while New South Wales Corrections Minister Anthony Roberts says he's extremely disappointed with the decision. A 6-month-long investigation has ended with the arrest of a man at Newcastle Police Station over an alleged sexual assault of a teenager in Tamworth last year. Detectives from the Child Abuse and Sex Crime Squad began an investigation following reports a 13-year-old girl had been sexually assaulted in September. It's alleged the 33-year-old man met the girl in a park before inviting her back to a guest house where the assault took place. He's facing Newcastle local court today, charged with aggravated sexual assault and sexual intercourse with a child under 16. The Hunter Business Chamber says a proposed gas terminal will contribute to the diversification of Newcastle Port and the regional economy. It follows the Planning Minister's announcement the terminal has been named as a state significant infrastructure project. Chamber CEO Bob Hawes says the project could provide certainty to gas proponents and underwrite jobs in local industries.
Right across the region, and in that context that number is quite substantial, so that's more of an issue we believe in terms of helping this region's resilience into the future, so that there is some certainty brought around the decision making for those organisations that do consume a lot of power.
A 25-year-old man has been arrested after crashing his vehicle into a parked car at Adamstown overnight. Police and firefighters were called to Gosford Road just before 11 o'clock. The man wasn't seriously injured. However, a breath test allegedly returned a high-range reading. He's due to face court on September 5. Meanwhile, a man is nursing serious injuries in hospital after crashing his car into a parked truck at Heatherbrae. It took the combined efforts of firefighters and the Port Stephens SES to free him from the wreckage. The Premier's plan to make New South Wales, Australia's capital of manufacturing, has been labelled hypocrisy by Hunter Labor MPs. Newcastle MP Tim Crackenthorpe and Swansea MP Yasmin Catley says the government continues to export manufacturing jobs to other countries. Yasmin Catley says the coalition can't be trusted when it comes to supporting the local manufacturing industry.
There's certainly manufacturing jobs in Western Sydney, the Illawarra and the Hunter. Those areas have all been neglected by this government, and the only one who has mud on their face, quite frankly, is the Premier herself.
2NURFM Sport.
Knights prop Jacob Safidi says talk is cheap and it's time to put the disappointment of recent weeks behind them. Newcastle is at home to the Cowboys on Saturday, and Safidi says they need to restore faith in the team with fans.
I'll win at home this weekend. We'll go a long way to doing that. And even though we've lost 6 on the trot, whatever it is, we've still got a lot of belief in the team, and the team morale's still pretty high. So, like I said, a win this weekend, and hopefully that'll get us going in the right direction.
Also in Knights news, prop James Gavay has reportedly received interest from Super Rugby teams in the UK, despite still having another year left on his contract with the Knights. Gavay has not yet asked permission to seek other options, but has attracted several alluring offers and may follow teammates Herman Essa and Danny Levi, who've also been granted permission to be released, despite having 1 year left on their contracts as well. And Newcastle basketball referee Scott Baker has been appointed to officiate at the upcoming World Cup in China. Baker says this is the biggest thing after the Olympics, which he refereed at in 2016 in Rio. The World Cup will take place in Beijing from the 31st of August. And the winning numbers in Wednesday Lotto are 29, 17, 44, 2, 38 and 23, and the supplementaries are 11 and 40. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.